सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने, 844-0632।
Namaskar, hello and a very warm welcome to CIET NCERT's special live phone-in interactive program Sahyog, Guidance for Mental Well-being of the Children. My name is Tanvi Khurana and at this moment you're watching us on eVidya channel number 6 to channel number 12. The topic that we are going to discuss today is overcoming from stress of examination. So examination are nearby and students take a lot of stress these days. But for stress, there are certain solutions as well, certain methods, certain strategies, and how to overcome stress. This is one of the discussions that we are going to have today. If you have any questions, if there's any kind of stress that you are taking for examinations, please try and reach out to us. If you want to call us, the number would be 844-844-0632. And if you want to contact us with the help of our YouTube channel, that is NCERT Official, in the live chat box you can write down your questions, your queries and share them with us. Apart from this, if you want to email us, the email ID would be sahyog.ncert@ciet.nic.in. I'll repeat the email ID. It's sahyog.ncert@ciet.nic.in, and the email ID is being flashed on your screens as well. We have two guests with us. Let me please introduce our first guest to all of you. We have with us Mr. Ornab Sen. Sir, a very warm welcome to you.
Namaste.
Namaskar. Sir is an assistant professor from Northeast Regional Institute of Education, NCERT, Shillong. And we also have another guest, and he is Mr. Joydeb Chakraborty. Sir, a very warm welcome to you as well.
Namaskar. Thank you very much.
Sir is a practicing counsellor. Along with that, he is also an assistant teacher from Directorate of Secondary Education, Government of Tripura. So I welcome both our guests once again in this program. And let me just tell you that our program Sahyog comes under the initiative MANODARPAN. And MANODARPAN is an initiative by Ministry of Education, Government of India, which provides psychosocial support to all the students, their parents as well as teachers. So this is a great initiative, and for any kind of assistance you can always contact the toll-free number that I've already informed. And let's begin this conversation titled Overcoming from Stress of Examination. My first question would be to Mr. Sen. Sir, would you like to tell us that what exactly is stress of examination? Would you like to define this term for each one of us? Sir.
Yes. So actually, we have to understand two things. One is when there is exam, there is always pressure. So pressure of exam is there. So now stress is nothing but the response to that pressure. When the pressure is very huge pressure, if you feel during the exam, when it is too much. Then the study sometimes it becomes it seems impossible. You get affected by it, so it becomes stress. So examination stress it actually involves increased anxiety, and it may happen during exam also. It may happen before exam or at the time of assessment also. And it can impact not only school kids but also adults who are taking up certification course, the professionals. It can affect these people also. So it is basically it can when you are very much worried about exam, then you can feel the stress. And sometimes it is sometimes it is hard to understand that what you are what you are studying. Sometimes when you are not prepared enough for the exam, that time you feel the stress. Sometimes when you have a phobia about a particular subject, suppose you are having problem with mathematics or science, then you feel the stress. Sometimes when yeah, the exam is such that you have to recall a large amount of information, and you have to learn a lot, then you feel the stress. Sometimes when there is some sort of uncertainty whether you will pass the exam, whether you are prepared enough or not, then you feel the stress. And suppose if the exam is such that especially it happens during board exam, that the marks is very important to get into another level, or for a interview, suppose for a particular, suppose if you don't pass, you don't get the job, then you feel the stress. There are sometimes pressure from family, also people keep so much expectation from you, then also you feel the stress. So I mean, it is kind of when there is peer pressure also, the performance, if you compare your performance with your peers, then also you like feel the stress. And it may happen that during such time, when there is stress, you may you may lose contact with your friends, you may lose the activities that you enjoy in your life, you may feel moody, you may feel very depressed, you may feel very overwhelmed, you may have some problem with making decisions, you may lose your appetite, you may sometimes you may be overeating also, you may have sleep disorder, you may have difficulty, difficulty in studying things, you feel very demotivated. So a lot of things happen when you feel a lot of pressure, and ultimately it becomes stress. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for defining stress for all our children. And you also mentioned some of the factors that are responsible for stress among students. I would request Mr. Chakrabarti sir, to add a few more points, that what are the factors responsible for the stress of examination among students, sir?
Yeah. So far, Arnav sir already has defined very well what is exam anxiety is all about, and even he also discussed so many factors. Look, there is several factors that contribute to the stress of examination among the students. Like academic pressure, as sir said, is a high expectation from the parents, teachers, and themselves can create a significant amount of stress, and fear of failing in the exam and potential is also potential consequences. And sometimes it happens the students go through very heavy workload. They have to cramp so many things in a short period of time, and they sometimes do not get the enough time to learn all those things in efficient manner. And first and foremost thing is that I always tell to my what do you call students' parents when there is a meeting, they always keep a competitive mind, the parents, and they also incorporate the same within their students. So what happens, the student also get very upset and more in stress when they come to the competition. Let them we have to make them relax so that they can perform very natural way in their exam, so that they can avoid this stress. And sometimes we see the students also not prepared well, and that also increases the anxiety among the students. And sir also told, and I can again I want to emphasize the parental and societal expectations. The fear is not meeting these expectations, that also contribute to the stress. And sometimes they become also uncertain about how exam results may be impact their future, and that also creates a stress among the students. And one important part is that we always think for the during exam time we don't think much about our health. So this is another part where we have to take care of our health very sound. We also have to take care of our sleeping pattern. We shouldn't get fatigued, and also take care of our mind, that we shouldn't see or face any anxiety disorder. The poor health also may hinder a student's ability to concentrate in the subjects, and also to perform well. And sometimes what happen, the students friends, that is the peer pressure that sir already told. So your friends also expect so many things from your side. So thing is that you work well, you try to improve yourself, you give your exam very relaxed manner, let us not think of anything. And by following this considering these factors, I think we can check this stress of examination. And these are the actual factors that we see within the students, which actually increases the stress of examination among them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for highlighting these major points. And I'm sure if there are any students who are going through stress, these points will be helping them for sure. So if there is stress, there has to be certain consequences for this stress, and students will be having those consequences, of course, in a negative manner. So, sir, Mr. Sen, would you like to highlight that what could be the possible consequences of the stress of examination among students?
Yes, there are several consequences. Actually, of course, all those consequences are negative only, because stress is not desired. So I mean, if lot of stress is there, then it can affect the first thing that would affect, that is poor academic performance. So excessive stress actually affects the cognitive function and concentration. So the academic performance will decline. Then also there will be problem to focus in studies, and therefore you cannot perform properly during exam. The next thing that is affected is physical health issues. So when the stress is chronic, so it can develop headache, digestive problem, sleep disturbances and disorders. Then overall well-being also will be compromised. Then it will impact the ability of the coping with exam demands. Then another thing that is affected is say mental health. So when exam stress is more, then it will bring anxiety and depression among the students. Then fear of failure and uncertainty about the future also. So it will affect the mental well-being. And another is burnout. So you feel exhausted and demotivated. So, and then finally you will be detached from the studies. Then your self-esteem also will be affected. You will feel with the fear of failure, and it will bring down your self-esteem and confidence. So students sometimes they question their abilities and worth also, and it may lead to it can be fatal also sometimes. Students they take up extreme step when sometimes they commit suicide and all. So this is very important. Then sometimes it is a strained relationship also. So you become irritated, the mood swings happen, then you withdraw yourself from your social relations. So it will create a lot of problem in your social life. Then there will be unhealthy coping mechanism. Sometimes students, they adopt unhealthy coping mechanism, like they during exam, they to avoid this kind of problems, and they do substance abuse. So excessive kind of substance, caffeine and other consumptions, it create unhealthy, unhygienic, unhealthy problems among the students. Then they develop negative attitude towards learning. Say once they are lost, they don't want to study anymore. This is one problem. Then they can't decide, so impaired decision making. So they lose the critical thinking skill, and they don't apply their mind in their real life situation. And it will ultimately have a long term impact on mental health. So a chronic exam stress can contribute to long term mental health issues. And then a severe condition like chronic anxiety disorder and depression can come among students. But this also can be like dealt with properly by the educational institution, the schools, the parents, the students themselves also can play a crucial role to overcome this kind of situation. The first thing that one has to understand, they are having the stress, they are and they are facing the problem. That recognition of that exam stress is very important. Then comes the remedial measures and all this. So thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And like you said, that the consequences are definitely on the negative side, and the points you mentioned, they don't sound good, and it should not happen to any student. In their school life at least. So because there's stress for examination, there has to be certain solutions as well, and our topic also says overcoming the stress for examination. So Mr. Chakrabarti, I would like to request you, would you like to share certain strategies that how to overcome this particular stress for examination, and the students might feel better for that, sir?
Yeah. Once we have identified or the factors or the consequences, we also think of the how the students can overcome from this problem. So it's very important for students to develop a effective study habit, time management skill, then coping mechanism. Additionally, creating a supportive and understanding environment at the home also. And now the educational institutions are increasingly recognizing the need to implement the stress reduction programs and supportive services for the students. And now I will say some practical tips that the student should follow it, and to overcome from the stress and of the examination. Like they can start or begin their preparation all in advance to avoid the last minute cramming. Then develop a realistic and organized study schedule. I mean, they should have a prioritized task. They should identify the most important topic and focus on them first. And also, I must say that not reading will clarify or suffice the problems, but I believe they should also take some short breaks during the study session, and also to stop them from the burnout. And also they to keep themselves active, they should go for a regular short walk, and they also make a regular routine to promote the overall well-being. Like they can join the yoga or any breathing exercise they can do. And they must have the adequate sleep. We always say sleep is a medicine, like a normal medicine. It's work like a medicine. So students also must sleep at least 7 to 9 hours, in a day. And I always say to my students that when the syllabus or anything is very, very, I want to say that it is sometimes very difficult to cover to them. I always say them to break it in a smaller. I mean to break the problems in a smaller sections. Like that, they should break the task and they can, concentrate on the or focus on the important topics. And first of all, I, I mean, I want to say that they must also stay hydrated, and they should take adequate water, and also should have a very good meal. Nutrition always support the cognitive function and overall well-being of a students. And first, last, and very important, I must say, they should talk to their friends. They should talk to their family, classmates, their teacher. Whenever there is something negative, negativity comes to them, they must seek the, suggestions or guidance from their teacher or from their what do you call their parents or any counselor. They shouldn't hide this this sort of situations. And I must say them to learn for yourself. Don't learn to make others happy. A stress of exam is a situation that can be easily overcome. And first of all, they need to be very happy. मन के हारे हार है, मन के जीते जीत. मन अच्छा होना चाहिए. वही है. मन से लगा, मन से पढ़ो और मेहनत से करो. Nothing will happen to them. We are always there to support them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for this motivational and inspirational quote. And of course, the points that you mentioned. I'm sure when the teachers, parents and students, they are going to listen to these points, they're going to follow for sure. So, like you said, that they are going to help it. If we talk about the stress, it doesn't just involve students. It has parents, it has teachers, the school administration as well. Each and everybody is a part of it. So, Mr. Sen, would you like to tell us that what is the role that other stakeholders play in overcoming the stress of examination for students? Sir.
Yes. So basically, there are three parties involved here. One is the school, who is giving the system to study, and then teachers, and also the students. So schools actually they have a major role to play here. They have to create the supportive environment first. Then they have to if they can create some create some stress reduction programs they can do. Like what are the stress reduction programs? It can be a mindfulness session, can be yoga classes, can be a pranayam classes. I mean, why these are stress reduction programs? Because stress also has some biological factors. Some bad chemicals are there who are responsible for the for the stress to develop. So if it can be like dealt with some good chemicals in the brain, then it can be like overcome. So yoga or some relaxing exercise like pranayam and all, it can actually help reduce the stress. So schools can implement such kind of stress reduction program. Then of course the teachers should be educated, because if the teachers are not trained properly how to deal with stress, and then the teacher, the methodology, the teaching learning practice can also contribute to the development of stress among students. So that also is very important. Then the promoting healthy competition among the students. The school should provide such kind of environment here. They should also offer counseling service. Like my friend Jaideep Chakraborty, he's a counselor. So such kind of counseling should be there in the school, so that the students who are facing the stress can be dealt with. Then the teachers, what the teachers will do in such situation. So as sir also told, like they have to encourage some effective study techniques. It is not a suppose if it's a chapter is big, it's a difficult one, then you have to break it down in small sections. Then you give them tasks so that it is not very heavy on them, the students. Then you have to provide clear expectations. So it is not you have to perform, you have to score 80%. So it has to be proper, clear expectation should be there. So and there should not be any kind of uncertainty. So then the teacher also should provide emotional support. So emotional support also is very important. So at this situation when the students is suffering from stress, the anxiety, the emotional support is very important. Then diversifying the assessment method. See, if it is only written exam of say 100 marks, and the students only have to mug up and then write on the paper. So it is a very they have to remember the thing, recall the things. It is a heavy, difficult task for them. So if it is a diversified assessment, suppose a project work is there, so some presentation is there, then it will reduce the exam stress. So the flexibility also is very important. So assessing a student should not be only through exam on written paper. There should be flexible assessment. So that is also very important. And of course for parents, they have to promote a healthy work-life balance. So it is not only it should be a balanced approach. So it is like the extracurricular, leisure, academics, other things. They have to see that their children how they are doing. Then they have to avoid the unrealistic expectations. Sometimes they fail in their life and they are keeping expectation like that. The students will fulfill their unfulfilled desire. So it is not like that, though. They should not keep any unrealistic expectation from their child. And also the home environment should be positive. They have to collaborate with the teachers, the school. Then they have to give some holistic educational environment. So the students' development is not only through the study itself. There are a lot of things the students can excel. So those kind of holistic environment they should provide.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. With this information, we are wrapping up this particular program. We were discussing overcoming from stress of examination. I would like to thank Mr. Sen and Mr. Chakrabarti once again for being a part of our program. Thank you so much, sir, for this information and for this wonderful conversation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to all the students, to all the viewers for being a part of this program. I really think that this information was very beneficial to all of you, and you're going to follow the steps that certain information sir gave for overcoming the stress for examination. You will be implementing in your daily lives. Thank you. So with this, we are wrapping up, and tomorrow we'll come back again with more subjects, with more topics, and you are going to watch those programs on eVidya channels only. And with this, I'm Tanvi Khurana, and I'll take a leave of you, but I would like to wish a very happy day to all of you. Have a great evening, and stay happy, stay healthy. Namaskar.
सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।